What's up YouTube, Capital G here, got a nice grindy control duel for you guys to check out. This is what happens when you run into a bad matchup that you didn't even know was a bad matchup. Hell, I watched this and even I was a little surprised. I was like, whoa, I guess this is kind of like a counter match and I had no idea. So we got crawlers up at the top. Now this is not with the new support card because it was not announced at the time that this duel took place. And then we have frogs at the bottom. It's a Paleozoic version. Although he does run Poison Draw Frog, which I don't really know about that. I think the whole point of the Frog engine in Paleozoics is the fact that, like, they're level 2. They make totally awesome, but Poison Draw Frog is not so much level 2, so I don't really get the utility. And don't get me wrong, I used to actually, mess around and play like one copy of this in Frog Monarchs just to troll around. I like the card, but in this deck where level 2 is so important, I don't know about that. But anyways, let's go ahead and roll it. So I believe Paleo are up front, up first, and this was weird. I don't think I like Foolish Burial Goods in this deck at all. I don't think you get any dual utility. You get a Paleo in the grave, it's alright. And it looks like Crawlers just started off with 2 sets and 3 sets, or 3 card set when you count the Spell and Trap, plus the monster effect. Now this was a misplay here. It looks like in the first turn, neither player is really doing that much because these are not naturally aggressive decks. He flips over Crawlia, Gilia, and this is what you don't want to do. He Solemn Strikes it. Now, again, I said this in my my Crawler video when I was talking about the new support card. If Crawler monsters are face up and they're removed from the field by an opponent's card effect, that includes something like Solemn Strike, they will trigger. So even though he does get striked, he gets 2 monsters for his troubles, and that is that's kind of how you snowball Crawlers, because he just went +1 and now he has 2 flip effects online. He's going to flip over that World Legacy Pawns, although that does trigger a Paleo card. I think he wanted to flip over Spine to try and stop a TA from hitting the field, but in essence he kind of, giving him the Paleo, he kind of, made sure that TA was going to hit the field. He's going to attack, flip effect gets activated. Interesting enough, what's it called? Well, I guess there nothing that could be done about that. He gets his totally awesome hit with a Kaiju, and now he's going to flip over Accent. He's going to take out a back row, and he goes into Qualiarch, and then he's going to chain, or he's going to not chain, but activate that copy of Wormbait, and Wabaku is going to be used as well. This means he gets 2 crawlers on the field, and this is not bad at all. He has a turn where he gets to make 2 crawler monsters, and he is protected by a Solemn Warning. He's got a Mirror Force backing him up. Mirror Force, not so good against totally awesome. They'll usually just steal your shit. Solemn Warning is actually pretty decent. So he is going to rip that Solemn Warning, but it does mean TA is going to basically get its he's going to find his man, because he's going to be able to get a card from the graveyard. And you saw him right there use the Paleozoic Dinomischus, and that was another mistake, man. You're seeing why this is a little bit of a counter matchup. Qualiarch is taken off the board, but it doesn't matter because it will now float. It'll get him 2 different crawler monsters from his graveyard, and it'll set them on the field. So he's kind of not going neg at all. A third totally awesome is going to hit the board. It's crazy. This guy's making TA like every turn, and he has to use Deco Talker to protect his Totally Awesome there, but it doesn't matter because when Totally Awesome negates, Totally Awesome once again uses its effect to destroy, but it means that he gets to activate the Crawler Spine's effect, and this dude just can't catch a break. Doesn't seem to matter how many Totally Awesomes he makes. It doesn't matter. He attacks the other Link monster, which is going to float as well, and it's looking really bad right here. I think he got Swap Frog. It looks like he might be out of Dupe Frogs. Nope, he decided to keep his last Dupe Frog in his deck to send to the graveyard. Spine's going to target the Deco Talker. He is going to negate this, but it don't even matter because it's still going to activate. No, he does not activate it. Okay, fair enough. Oh, you know what? It might have to go to your graveyard because, yeah, it went to his opponent's side of the field, so that's the only thing I can think of is maybe you can't activate it in that sense, but it's fine. Because he says, you know what, bro, I'll make my own Deco Talker since you like that card so much. And mine's a little more powerful. He puts his Crawler Spine face down with World Legacy Pawn. That's like one of the best cards in Crawlers. Lets you flip summon and put down your Crawler monsters face down each turn. Spine's going to pop the face down, but he's going to use Deco Talker, which again is going to trigger Spine, and he gets 2 more monsters instead, keeping that Deco Talker at 3,300. Deco Talker is going to pop his opponent's Spine, though, that he tried to use. And when you go into Sky Cavalry, using Paleos, you're kind of desperate at that point because, like, I think he's gone through 3 or 4 totally awesomes. He put 1 back, his 3rd copy, because you want to make sure you can still summon it, but it doesn't matter because when Sky Cavalry tries to bounce Deco Talker, he runs into a Mirror Force. It's going to give him a Paleo monster back, which is fine, but If he can't get his opponent's Deco Talker off the board, I'm not sure that his TA, which this is probably like the fifth one he summoned this duel, is going to do much. Now, he is using those Wabakus. The Wabakus are stopping the battle phase, and at the same time, it's getting him a trap, so he does have the Dupe Frog, but you see him go for Mrs. Radiant, and he finally gets that Field Spell, which I agree, I would negate that card too. If you don't know what the Field Spell does, it makes it so anytime you run over a a Crawler monster, you end up losing the monster that ran over the Crawler monster, so it's like really important. Plus, it helps you unload your hand as well. Let's see what's going to happen here. Deco Talker is still the biggest monster on the field. Wasn't able to battle that last turn because he had the Wabaku, but now he gets the Cat Shark and he uses Deco Talker's Link Point, and he might be pulling off the spicy comeback. Check this out, yo. We got Man-Eater Bug 2002 Kaiba versus Yugi format. Man-Eater Bug coming in hot. And you guys won't believe his next top deck. Oh, baby. It's another copy of Man-Eater Bug. Shoutouts to Man-Eater Bug, man. Getting that work in. But he still can't close the duel out because them Wabakus are just doing what they need to do. And these things are unaffected by monster effects, right? Yeah, they are. So it's not like he can flip over the Man-Eater Bug and start popping them. But unfortunately, he's dead drawing the Foolish Burial Goods. Not a good card in the deck, in my opinion. And then he draws it at the worst time. And wait, are they affected by monster effects? No, they're not, right? He's just target. Okay, Man-Eater Bug is not optional, so he just flips it, or he has to target something. So why not target your opponent's monster? And finally, he is able to close out the duel. But yeah, man, Crawlers with the massive grind game there. And yeah, this is actually a counter matchup. And I didn't even know it was a counter matchup, but in theory, Paleo kind of plays right into the hands of Crawlers, where anytime they strike you, anytime they use Totally Awesome on any of your monsters, any negation that they have, any Paleo cards that they have, they will all make your monsters float. So unfortunately, this is a bit of a counter matchup, and Paleo got rolled. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the duel. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on that notification bell for daily videos.